Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
You are now tuned into the cut.
Cutting and scratching.
Cut.
Cut is correct.
Each cut is totally arranged.
While chillin' the cut.
My name is Uncle Catfish. Welcome to The Cut. DJ IV as always.
Yes, sir. We in the building. In the building.
This week's guest, I think if you know of him, then it's no surprise that we had to have him in here as soon as possible. If you don't know about him, I'm not surprised because I think he's about to just blow up, and a lot of you, this is where you're going to meet him. It's Aquakultre.
Hey, what's up? Yo, how you doing, Catfish? DJ Ivy, how you feeling?
Good, my man. Thank you for coming through.
Thanks for having me. This is like my first time kind of doing shit like this. So.
What do you mean your first time doing this kind of shit?
Like,
what kind of shit is this?
Like the interview type shit. Like, this is first for me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not really like a good interviewee.
You don't think so?
No.
But if you haven't done it before, then you don't know. Maybe you're great.
That's true. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Are you good at telling stories?
Yeah, pretty. I love telling stories, actually.
See? Perfect. Perfect. My very first question I have to ask you just for me is Aquakultre, the name. Where'd this come from? It's very... actually, can I just tell you one thing?
Yeah.
That hit me. Do you know Mick Jenkins? Do you know the rapper Mick Jenkins?
I do know Mick Jenkins.
He had some songs like about water where he used water almost where it sounded like he was talking about water and liquor almost interchangeably. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you came out and he sort of had this whole Aqua like lifestyle, like drink too much water and all this stuff. And when that came out, I thought maybe it was like this drinking reference, and I was way off base.
Like me?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't really call myself a serious drinker.
No.
Like alcohol. I mean, I do fuck with the water.
You do?
Get me wrong. Yeah.
Oh man, that's breaking news, Ivy. Did you hear that? That man fucks with the water. To H2 Izzy?
I fucks with the water heavy. But I actually got put on game.
Okay, go ahead.
I actually got put on game to Mick Jenkins through my girlfriend Julia. Actually, shouts out. She actually put me on to Mick Jenkins, and like the first couple of songs I heard from him, like it was really water shit. Yeah. But like I think I changed my name to Aquakultre.
What was your first name?
It was Lex.
Lex?
Yeah.
It's porn stars.
Yeah. Lexington Steel, baby.
Super porn stars.
It made me think of Lex like Luthor immediately.
Yeah, Lex Luthor. But I think when I changed my name to Lex, it was kind of based on the porn star, really. Mm-hmm. Okay. It wasn't Lex Luthor.
Okay.
They used to film a show here called Lex at Electropolis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's an old sound studio where the
Lex
Discovery Center is now and the Nova Scotia Power.
Yeah.
Used to be an old sound studio.
Yeah.
Like 5-6 floors up. Used to throw raves in there all the time.
Oh, shit.
But they used to film like Lex and have all like the space. I don't know if you know what Lex is, like the show.
No.
It's an old like sci-fi show. Used to be on Showcase, I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it was on Showcase, and they used to film it here.
That's tight.
Yeah.
So how did you get this name Aquakultre though?
So
now we got all over to Lex.
The Aquakultre thing came into play because like when I went to school.
Okay.
Like I went to NSCC and I took plumbing.
Shout out to NSCC.
Shout out to NSCC. Shout out to my teacher Paul Verge too. That's my dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when I was going to school, like and I was taking plumbing, and like I was still rapping under the name Lex and shit, but I wasn't really feeling the persona Lex because like it kind of came at like my street persona too, and it kind of like only stayed like one lane. Like I was talking about a lot of shit that I was about at one point, but I'm not that anymore.
Right.
And I wanted to start getting to more like not just rap and like hip hop and shit. Like I wanted to get into more like creative, like a different sound, like because I play guitar and shit too.
Right.
So like the Aqua just came through. Like I just like, okay, I'm a plumber. I'm always gonna be working with water. Love water. Water's the balance of life. You know what I mean? So like, and you need water to live.
Yeah.
I think the first
we are mostly water.
Yeah, straight up. That's like a well-known fact. If nobody knows that, you're fucked.
If that's breaking news, if you're tuning into the cut for your breaking news,
you're fucked.
You got problems.
But like,
and then what about the culture? And spelled the way that I like to point out is Kultre, right?
That is how it is spelled.
Yeah,
yes.
A lot of people get that wrong.
Well, I mean, like it's on my Instagram.
I don't know how they get it wrong.
It's whatever, really.
I mean, cut and paste if you're not sure.
Seriously, they just look that shit
right?
up. I'm on Instagram. It says Aquakultre is spelt right. It's
so
spelled
why'd you go with that spelling? Why the K? I just find it a sort of fascinating name. It's dope.
Well, okay, so the water, it pretty much came from plumbing. Like that's like my career. Like that's what I do.
Yeah.
Besides like record music or making beats and shit, I do plumbing. But the culture just came in through like just music in itself, right? I just wanted to add that, like just put that on there like culture.
Right.
And I spelled it differently because the CULT, like it just looked terrible. Like I didn't like how it looked.
Word.
And I just put the K there.
The visual of it all.
Yeah, the visual of it all. And I wanted to do everything lowercase too because it looked pretty cool too.
Have you always sung?
In the shower.
But okay, so when you were Lex, you were rapping like more straight up like bars,
straight up
rapping,
bars,
not singing,
not even
close. Because on Aquakultre, I mean, that character sings, raps, moves all in between that.
Yeah,
very sort of Anderson Packish, I would say.
Yeah, I guess someone told me I kind of sound like.
I don't know that you sound like him.
Not sound, but like kind of have
similar
like versatility
approach
and shit.
to like the way that you come at a beat. I feel like, or the way you construct a song.
Yeah.
Well, talk to me. When was the first time that you sort of knew you had any like talent, that you knew you could sing, that you could rap?
Well, rapping, I just kind of like played with it when I was younger. Like, I started like really writing shit when I was like really young, like 9 and 10.
Really?
Like poetry and shit.
Yeah.
Because I always been like English was always my favorite class.
Yeah.
And, like just writing stories and shit. But like writing rap music, like I just always used to dibble and dabble with it. And I just like 15, I actually wrote my first song when I was 15, like recorded it.
Right.
I actually did that with Nix and another buddy.
Shout out to Nix.
Shout out to Nix. Yeah.
Nix is nice with it.
It started in his basement, really.
Really?
Nice.
And another buddy of mine, TA, but I don't think he raps no more.
Right.
He got like a really raspy voice. He's sick though. I don't think no one really knows about
really
him.
raspy voice.
Yeah. No one really knows about TA. He's underground and shit. And
Really?
but yeah, that's my dude. And it started out like my first rap song was with that. And I just kind of like at the time I was living like a street life and shit, so it kind of stayed like all hard bars and heavy bars and like.
What was like an example of like a heavy, your heaviest bar?
I got a steel blade, but the handle is plastic, and if he ain't dead, his surgery gonna be plastic. Headline news is Jurassic. They found 5 bodies in the disc. Their body parts weren't attaching. The story ain't legit, but buddy, it could happen.
Ooh.
Chop his head off like the Greyhound passing. Jerry, I got a couple of spliffs left. I'm about to go body this dude who got me put in a tight sitch.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I see.
You know what I mean? That was back in the day. That was back in the day shit, right? So,
right. You weren't drinking enough water, maybe.
I wasn't drinking enough water.
You sound a little upset.
I was upset as fuck.
Off balance.
At that point too, I was in the like correctional facilities, like and shit, like youth jails, and I was that age.
Right.
And I just thought I was on like a path, right? Like I thought I was always gonna be involved in the streets and shit like that. So
how did you not get on that path that seems institutionally there to try to put someone like yourself in jail forever kind of thing and keep you on that loop of criminality or whatever? What was it that made you like jump out? Or
like for me, like I just like going through all that shit when I was younger, like I kind of knew that it wasn't me.
Right.
Like I just felt like I was just doing it to kind of like either fit in with my buddies.
Yeah.
I wanted my buddies to like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just didn't want the neighborhood kind of looking at me weird or whatever, right? So I just kind of fell into that, like institutionalized shit, and like I like deep down I just knew it wasn't me. So like once I hit a certain age where I could like kind of speak for myself and like people kind of respect that. And I was just like, yo, I'm out of this shit.
Right.
So it kind of was easy for me because like I was credible enough where I could just be like, yo, I'm out of this shit. And everyone was like, all right, cool, man. We kind of knew that anyways. All right, cool. You should have told me. Fuck you.
That's information I could have used last week.
I think like the go-to, like everyone thought like, yo, yeah, we kind of knew that was when I started listening like fucking indie rock and shit.
Really?
Yeah, because we went from like bumping D Block heavy, and I was like, yo, chuck this D Block off. I love it, but yo, put on some fucking Blink 182. Like, you know what I mean? Put that shit on.
They're like, I don't think it's long. I don't think he's long for it.
They're like, nah, yeah, we know.
Everybody looking at you strange.
What's
Come
that
on,
game
son.
you said that where you're like anticipating something happening, like a baby, bingo, basically. You pick a date. They had that for you leaving. Like, people were selling. That didn't work. You guys don't know what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean. It's like a pole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they might have did
Can't
that.
remember what it's called though.
They had their hands up. Yeah, I called it. You know what I mean?
So it's a real big swing for me from, Lex and, banging D Block and all that, musically to this whole other, to Aquakultre. Can you describe, how would you describe what the subject matter of Aquakultre's music is, broadly speaking?
I'd say it's more just like my perspective on just like relationships, the male's side of things, and like just kind of being honest with myself and like just starting to really be honest with who I am as a person and shit. And yeah, I just feel like the aquaculture stuff, or like that kind of persona that I created for myself, is just more like just being real as a man, just speaking on my side of things when it comes to man and women relationships.
Right.
And yeah, like since I really...
What do you think the biggest thing is that you're saying about man and women relationships?
That like just kind of hold down your woman. Like really, like just, like stop trying to be like the Bravo dude all the time and just kind of like, be more of the listener rather than trying to run shit.
I couldn't agree more.
You know what I mean? Stop trying to run shit and just kind of be all like on like your fucking this high horse or whatever, and just kind of like it's like relationships for me, it's like it's a balance, right? So
right. But
for me, like I wouldn't be where I'm at now without the lady in my life, right? So, and I want to keep it that way.
I feel the same way about myself. Yeah.
So I can't keep it that way by.
We can all attest to that. Yeah.
I can't keep it that way by fucking thinking I'm the shit and not hearing what her side of the story is, or
right.
You know what I mean, or anything like that. So that's just how I break aquaculture down. I'm just a man trying to hold shit down.
I think we don't have enough of that message, but also let's get to this point. What do you think about the description of your music as like grown, sexy music?
Grown, sexy. Well, where does that come from?
Sexy.
Who calls it grown and sexy?
Listen, I have a certain, cadre, if you will, of people that I like get their opinion. So it's not just my opinion that informs my opinion overall. And one of the comments I got was that it was like grown and sexy music.
I would dap someone for kind of placing it in that.
Well,
category.
talk to me about the song, if you will.
Which song?
4 a.m.
4 in the morning.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very sexual song. Or am I just overlaying that? I mean, Uncle Catfish has been known. This is not an admission of anything. So it has been known.
Been known to end up in left field, eh?
To overlay some things. So, yeah.
All right, so
tell me about 4 in the morning.
I'll break down 4 in the morning for you. So the whole project in itself, the reproduction, is actually a story from beginning to end. I kind of explain everything on Bandcamp, like what it's really about.
What's it about?
Like, so
fuck Bandcamp. You're here right now.
Fuck Bandcamp. So
shout out to Bandcamp.
The reproduction in itself is kind of about a dude who meets a lady, and then when they meet, like he finds out that she has children, and through that he's just kind of like, okay, whatever, like I'm not gonna leave you because you got children. So he kind of like holds it down, but then the relationship gets so like deep where it's like he can't stay away from her. Like he wants to always be around her. That's where the 4 a.m. song comes into play. He just always wants to be around her. Like he's at night. It's 4 a.m. He wants to come over. He wants to get some ass. Whatever you want to talk about, right? So like, and then the song after that is called Soar, and that's kind of like the day after. It's kind of like the day because it's 4 a.m. So it's kind of like later on in that day, where he's kind of like just explaining like how he feels.
So when you're writing, do you start writing with a whole movie laid out, and you see the scenes and the sort of different songs, and it transitions through this bigger story, or does it that you write these songs independent and then collage them, if you will, into a narrative that makes sense?
For my first project, Water Temple, I kind of did it like just wrote it and like just kind of pushed it together. Yeah. But like for reproduction, I kind of pretty much had a story laid out.
Right.
And like as I made the beats, like I made every beat on there, but
you did.
But
all the production
history,
on there?
yeah, history I didn't. Like that's a dude from Wales that I fuck with. His name's Fire, the producer, and I just got the beat from him. But everything else I kind of produced, and as I was producing it, like the songs for it, like I kind of like just knew like what I wanted to do with this whole thing, and like a story I wanted to write the story. Like history, it's mainly based on my sister and her partner's relationship, because like he came into her life and like she has kids and he kind of like held it down.
Right.
So I just based the song History, and I just made it into like a whole story. But that, yeah, like I don't usually do that. I usually write just like singles and shit. And I didn't really think I was gonna like come up with any projects full length or full like EPs and stuff, because I was usually just writing singles. But yeah, for the first one I didn't do that. Second one I did.
I see. So listen, for me, 4 a.m, if I see 4 a.m, it only means one thing. It means that the baby's awake, and that's terrible. But the only other reference that for
the baby's awake,
yeah, yeah, more like mama, yeah. But the only other reference to that in my life right now is your track 4 a.m, which is a whole different thing.
Yeah, like 4 a.m. is
actually. Break it
actually
down for me, please. It's probably my favorite song of yours right now.
I'm really happy with that song. Like when I was producing that shit, I was like, this is gonna be a fucking banger. And like the lyrics were actually a lot different when I first started. They like were kind of trashy and stupid. But like 4 a.m. is kind of like,
what's the key to making a sexy song that's not trashy?
Well, my buddy asked me this same question, Chudy Harris. He always says that I come up with a lot of like panty wetters or whatever.
Yeah.
P-dubs and shit.
P-dubs, eh?
Yeah, that's what he calls them. He always asks me like,
you learn something every day on this show.
How do you make a P-dub? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
That's
buddy.
basically
just
what
be real.
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, so 4 a.m, it's just kind of,
you keep it real.
Yeah, just keep it real.
Honesty is a hell of a drug.
It's and that's what I kind of strive for in my music, is kind of be honest, like like just always write in my shoes and how I'm really feeling. And I think that's kind of like how I make the P-dubs, because I'm grown, you know what I mean? Like it's sexy, so whatever, right? So, but yeah, back to really the basics. 4 a.m. is pretty much like, it's just like a longing to be with that person, right? Like it's just like, and I try to like break it down in the beat too, like once it breaks down and it goes to that like piano breakdown, like I just kind of wanted to make it feel like I need to be with you right now, because like I just like I miss you so much, right? Like I'm on the road and shit, like I'm driving, like, you know what I mean, like I'm out doing my thing, because like it kind of like transitions, like History kind of talks about like that character kind of like putting aside like the street life just to be with her, right. So like 4 a.m. is kind of like he's on the streets, but like he just wants to be with her so bad, where it's 4 a.m, he's calling her up, trying to get a hold of her, try to come over at 4 a.m, slide through.
Damn.
It's just a longing, like, you know what I mean, that like that urge to be with someone for that moment, right? That's kind of what that song's
Where
about.
else you want to be at 4 a.m?
That's true.
That's where you want to be.
That's
You
true.
want to be it, yeah. Yeah, IV, because IV knows, man.
I know where I'm going at 4 a.m.
Straight up.
I'm home to the woman.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
That's kind of how I broke 4 a.m. down. But it's not. It actually could be like a double thing where it's about the kid being up though. Like if you really break it down like that, it actually could mean something like that, but it's not that.
No, I mean, I guess it could mean just about anything that anybody's doing at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
If they wanted to like connect it that way.
Yeah.
I saw you recently perform live, and every time I've ever seen you live, I feel like you have a really innate ability to be connective with the audience.
Like innate.
You're good at it.
Do you think? Because I think I suck at connecting with the audience.
No,
I'm trying to work at that.
I think that
Tell me more.
I think that similar to you sort of saying before we started here that like you weren't, going to be a good interview even though you haven't done it much. It was like you're great at it, I feel like. The more that you like don't try, I think would be better. Like not be rude to people, but I feel like you connect with people huge. Like seeing you recently at Gus's, people were just totally connected, like reaching out and just there. You were great. So what is it? What do you do when you do perform live? Like, how do you get prepared for that? Is it something you think a lot about, or you just go for it? Do you have planned like? Do you have dance steps? Or you like Chichi?
Shout out to T. He does do the Diddy dance heavy though. I fucking love that song too. Yo, go cop that fucking new 90s project.
The Chico project.
Chico.
Yeah, go get that shit.
Grab that.
So
It'll fuck you heavy bumping.
So like it's 3 hours before you're gonna start.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're prepared.
Probably with Julia.
Yeah.
And I'm probably being really quiet and weird because I kind of always get like in a mode. I not as bad like now because I'm kind of like used to it. But I kind of always get into a mode where I'm just like I'm always focused, not really say much, and just kind of like whatever I'm doing, I just kind of focus on that and I'm just always thinking about how the night's gonna go.
Right.
And then like I always pick up a pack of cigarettes because I'm like power puffing before shows and shit, like just kind of get ready. And like it's either like I'm power puffing like every 5 minutes I'm always having a cigarette.
just chaining the
Just chain it. Or like just having a beer or something, but like it's mainly like I'm always like just focused and kind of like just to myself before shows, especially ones that are like big crowd shows and shit.
Right.
Because one thing about me is like I hate the before and after shows. Like I hate the like the leading up to it, like the anticipation. Like I just always want to get it done and over with. And like the afterwards, I don't like the kind of like I hate. It's not that I hate it, just I don't know how to deal with it. The like, oh man, that was a good show. That was good. That was good. Yeah, I can't deal with that. Like I don't know what it is. Like I still can't deal with it.
I did that to you. I mean, Ivy, what's your experience with that? Having people come up.
This is the way I look at it. I live for that 3% of that day that I'm on stage, and you can do the numbers.
Yeah.
That's roughly what it works out to. I live for that 45 minutes, that hour, that 3% of my day. It's worth all the plane trips and the shitty security guards you deal with and whoever you might be dealing with. I live for that. You know what I mean? Because that's just the way we do it on the road. When people want autographs and stuff like that, or, they say nice show, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Buy some merch. Glad you enjoyed it. Check me out on this. Check me out on that.
Yeah.
Keep it moving. You know what I mean? Unless you want to sit there and share some kind of story with them. You know what I mean? Or if they're trying to connect on a deeper level with you. Or
I've had that. I've had people trying to connect on a deep level.
You're gonna have that.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you do that. You're definitely gonna have that. But
I do that every time I see him. Bare my soul.
I don't try to like shun anybody that ever comes up to me. You know what I mean? I try to keep it very humble, and I appreciate you taking your time out to tell me great set or something like that, or you're taking your time out to give me a compliment. So the least I can do is be gracious and accepting and thank you for that. And
word.
You know what I mean? Keep it moving.
Word.
So that's how I deal with it.
And this is just going out on a limb here. What role does meditation play in your life?
In my life?
Yeah.
I don't meditate as much as I used to when I was in prison.
Okay.
Like I used to do it a lot. Because I practiced Buddhism for a year when I was in prison.
Really?
But I don't do it.
Did you practice any other religions while you were in?
Fuck no. No. I can't deal with any other religion.
No.
No, I fucked with Buddhism because it was just kind of like it's just like you get what you put out. For me, like it's just like if you're trying to be happy, then make other people happy, and you'll be happy.
I think it's some of the imagery, the packaging of some of your work and everything that I think that imagery made me think of sort of meditative practices.
I think
like sitting cross-legged and some of these things where you're depicted, like it's pretty obviously you.
Yeah.
Depicted on these
like yoga poses.
Yeah, yoga poses. Maybe I interpreted that as like a meditative.
I mean, I do yoga.
Yeah.
I do yoga like when it fits into the workout schedule that I'm doing, because I do Insanity. So if it calls for yoga, then I'll do it. But like I don't meditate.
What's Insanity?
Insanity is a workout program.
Oh.
It's a 2-month workout program.
I didn't know that I was on a workout.
It was like
program.
some P90X shit.
Oh.
It's P90. It's Beachbody.
Okay.
Like P90X.
Same people?
Yeah, it's the same people. But P90X is Tony Horton.
Okay.
I can't stand his ass. I like Sean T though. Sean T's the man.
Is Sean T?
Yeah.
Is he part of all this?
Yeah, T25, and then he runs the Insanity. Like that's
What?
my dude. Yeah.
I know Sean T.
You know him personally.
No. Well, I feel like I do. He had this awesome. I have his like CDs at home.
Buddy, he's
Like,
the man.
oh yeah, and he had like boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
What is that? The Hip Hop Abs?
Oh yeah, hip hop abs.
He did that. I think he did Hip Hop Abs.
He definitely did. I have all like 7, DVDs at home.
That guy found out early how to cash in.
He had this awesome
He's the
segment
man.
at the end of every disc that was like take it to the club, and it was these like hip hop dance moves for your abs, hip hop abs, but at the club. But it was just him and all his like studio of dancers
At the club.
who were doing it before. We're now like they just had like a light that was spinning, making different
Take it to the
colors,
club.
and they were at the
Oh
club, and
my
it was
God.
still like workout moves, and it was absolutely hilarious. Like he wasn't totally wrong, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not doing all the extra shit, but I fucks with Sean T, and I don't meditate a lot as much as I used to
They're
because
saying it's the next big thing.
meditation.
That's
No,
what they're saying. After the weed craze dies down, they're
Yeah.
saying meditation's going to be the next big thing.
it's like the
meditation.
the
Yeah.
self-reflection and shit like that, stuff that actually take time to calm down. Like it's actually it's really good for you. But I just feel like my day to day is too crazy for me to be sitting down for a half hour and just chilling. Like I can't sit down for a half hour. I got to watch my niece and nephew and my sister ain't.
Right.
So I got to see what they're up to.
Time
can't be-
management.
yeah.
Time management.
Speaking of time management, a big thing in your life right now that I wanted to make sure we mentioned is, I guess let me back up for a bit.
Back it up.
As a young artist,
25
well, even just in your career, like regardless of your age,
a year.
a year, into a career,
Yeah.
you've made the move that you've decided like the access you need to the tools you need has to be a lot closer. Like a home studio is so important for your progression.
Yes.
And you've made that very public.
Yes.
Can you tell the viewers a bit about what that's about, what you've asked for? But before that, even like get a little bit into why, like what is it about having that so close that helps you level up?
Okay, so I had my first taste of a home studio. I had my brother's equipment. Shouts out to Boo. Shouts out to Nose.
What up, boo?
Shouts out.
Notes.
I had my first
What up,
taste of
Nose?
that because he lent me his stuff. He lent me his whole home, like his home studio equipment. So I had that. And when I had that in my own room, like I had the next room, like my spare room. When I had that in my room, like it's like me singing in the shower. Like I don't care about nothing. Like it's
It's a game changer.
a game changer. Like I'm not worried about if I'm in someone else's studio. I'm with people that I don't know, and I'm kind of like shy around people I don't know.
Of
So I'm
course.
not really putting my 100% into it. But
course.
that home studio, I'm putting my 100% in that shit.
Yeah.
And you try anything you want. There's
Anything
nobody
you
around
want,
to judge
just-
you. Like,
exactly. Ivy knows. He knows what time it is.
I built this whole thing from a home studio, man.
Bam. Like
You know what I mean?
For me, it's just like I'm more comfortable being in my own space, so it gives me the ability to just fucking try anything,
right?
Without no one being like, "Cuz, what the fuck you doing?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like whatever. So for me, since he took his stuff back, I was like, I noticed like I'm not as creative, or I'm not like recording as much,
right,
than I once was when I had that at my disposal. So, I work from 7 to 3. When I'm not working, I kind of like, if my sister's not working, Julia and I will babysit the kids, and so I don't have the time to be going to other studios. I don't have the money,
right,
to be spending on like $50 hour studios and shit. Like I don't have that.
right.
Like I used to go to studios quite frequently when I had money saved up. I had money saved up, and the year that I've been doing the music and going to studios is all gone because I've been spending on mixing and mastering and studio time and like all that shit. Right? I got 2 projects out of it, but it hurt my pockets. So I figured, why not learn how to do that shit myself? Like I already have my foot in the door. Like I know how to mix. I don't know how to master, but like I know how to make beats. I know how to record myself. I know how to do all that shit. So why am I going out and being
yourself so much money, man?
Yeah.
One of the things that you mentioned that I noticed, like in some of the push, maybe I don't know if you mentioned, but you and your supporters have mentioned sort of like the grant system being kind of inaccessible, and because some people might think like that'd be a way to get money besides asking people to support you like on a smaller donation level or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you describe a little bit of what you mean by that? Like what's inaccessible about them? And
so like another thing too, why I want to kind of start my own little GoFundMe thing. Like thank you very much everybody who supported the campaign and like spent some money, spent a little bit of dollars just to send my way so I can get this dream on the go.
Right.
I just didn't want to have to go through like the Music Nova Scotias or whoever else fund like Arts Nova Scotia and all that shit, and go through the application process and the interview process of trying to get $1,000 like or whatever. Like the last Music Nova Scotia run-in I had into, I tried to ask them, can I get a delegate? Like because I was applying for that same thing that Quake got, that Juno Awards thing, that Juno Masterclass. Like someone reached out to me and was like, yo, like you should apply for this. I'm like, all right, cool, I will.
Yeah.
I applied for it and they said I need a delegate. I'm like, what the fuck's a delegate? Well, ask Music Nova Scotia. They got all kinds of delegates. I'm like, yo, can you hit me up and search me or link me to a delegate? The first thing they asked me was I a member? I'm like, fuck you. Why do I need to be a member?
There's a lot of benefits to being a member.
Yeah, and I'm not knocking the benefits that come with it, but I don't feel like I need to put myself in that to get where I want to be. I don't feel like I need to. And I don't want to have to, like I said, go through the application process or whatever just to get some money, just to get a grant. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Rather do it on my own time.
Well, the grants they do give out, there's no grants you can get that just buys you gear.
Yeah.
Like they don't give out any grants to buy gear. It's all about like the marketing of your project, or like to help you shoot a video, or if you want to go on tour and stuff like that. But there's no grants. Like there's nobody gets grants just to go buy shiny new guitars.
And I looked
drum kits and shit.
I looked
like
for that shit. Trust me. I tried finding that shit, and I asked around would these organizations, if I joined them or whatever, and I asked them, yo, I just need money for a home studio, would they give it to me? Fuck no. So I'm like, all right, well, I got to do it on my own.
How's it going?
Well, I put the cap at $5,000.
Yeah.
We raised $1,300 so far. Honestly, we don't even really need to get at $5,000. Like, we really got it with the $1,300 that was given to us. Like,
Long and McQuaid has an amazing financing program.
They do, but my credit cards are on smash right now, so I can't be financing that.
You don't need a credit card.
Okay. Splash, splash. Well, then pretty much all I need is a mic, and I think that's what I'm gonna do with the mic, because I already got the computer.
Yeah.
I copped that for pretty cheap off of Kijiji. I got the monitors. I went right to Long and McQuaid. You got a fresh new pair.
You need those.
Oh, bud, I got the 10 inches. I I got 8-inch Yorkvilles. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Thuggin'.
Yeah.
Thump bad.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait to chuck them on. Can't wait. Yeah, so yeah, I got the computer for real cheap, like off of Kijiji. Some dude was selling it for $850. I said, I'll give you $750. I was like, why are you selling it for so cheap though? He's like, I play video games. This computer is not doing it for me. I try to give it to my girlfriend. She don't want it because she got a laptop. I said, I'll fucking take it off your hands. I'll give you $750 for it though.
Yeah.
They're like, yep. I'm like, yeah, boom. So yeah, pretty much all I need. I got the interface coming through. I'm waiting for that from Long McQuaid. I got a TAC 2. I think it's a Zoom TAC 2.
Nice.
My brother was like, yo, you need to do Apollo. I said, I ain't got $1,200. You got $1,200 for me?
They're nice.
Hook me up.
But
They're
they are
nice.
expensive. They're
I ain't got
definitely
$1,200. I went on Kijiji, see one for $1,000. I ain't got that either. So I'll take my $400 one. Bam, bam. So that's pretty much all I need now is the mic, and I think I might do the financing thing with them.
Sweet.
To get that, and I got all that with $1,300, pretty much.
Awesome.
Couple
it's
dollars
working.
off the books, but
So it's working.
Oh fuck yeah.
That's great.
Oh fuck yeah. Like on it, like I think it's kind of dead now. Like I'm probably not gonna push it no more because I pretty much like all I need to do is get that mic.
Yeah.
But like, thank you everybody who fucking splashed dollars our way so we can get this home studio running. And now that it's there, it's gonna feel like I'm in the shower.
Yeah.
The creation is just gonna flow now because
And
I'm in my own space.
All those people just want to see you put that material out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the next stuff you get to put out is all them people are gonna support you, back you,
like
you
I
know
feel
what
like
because they'll feel connected to that project, right?
And I just wish like with the GoFundMe thing, like I just wish there was kind of like a more like something to connect us better rather than just like send me money and anonymous whatever. Like I wish there was kind of like a whatever you're saying, like put up a picture of yourself or here's my contact information so I can see the people.
Right.
Like the ladies and gentlemen that sent me something. So if I'm ever walking down the street, I'm not just like walking by you, like you know who I am, but I don't know who you are, right?
Yeah.
So anybody who's donated, like, just like let it be known if you ever see me walking down the street, just let it be known that you donated because a couple people actually did come up to me and said that, and I gave them hugs for that shit. So I give them hugs.
It could be like a concept album. Your funds at work.
It could be.
Your funds at work. You know what I mean?
There it is.
Yeah, I feel like the GoFundMe it connected me with my fans too. So, I think the next project or anything that I kind of put out after that, like the people are actually gonna listen to it because they're gonna be like, you know what, I helped with that shit.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
want to
they'll
support
definitely
that
feel
shit.
connected,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
How did speaking of being like connected, how did a young, 1 year into this thing, guy get connected with like Sipset?
Dude, I don't know. I think I'm just like an unofficial member. I swear.
I mean, you're definitely a member of Sipset.
I definitely am, but
Seems like it. You've been claimed.
yeah, they claim me. They fucking got me in the crew, and I'm forever grateful for that. I just feel like I don't have enough material to be really rocking shit.
Who's in
with them.
Sipset?
But there's like fucking 30 of us. Like
That's
I really,
what I mean.
there's like
I wasn't kidding when I said 38 or whatever.
it's like Wu-Tang straight up.
It
Like,
is.
It's like Voltron shit. Like we all come together and just
Yeah.
fucking make shit happen. But like I don't think I really know everybody in the crew. Like I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
But like people are like away and they live in other provinces and
The
shit.
Toronto connections.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I met most of them, but yeah, I think it was just kind of like like I think I just did a show once and I was rapping, like I did Uniform Fit, I think, and
Yeah.
Spring Garden, and I think Socks just kind of like sought me out like after he's seen a show.
Right.
And like we had mutual friends for a long time. We're just in the same circle, so it kind of like one time I was just in the booth with them, and then they just kind of like put me into the Sipset crew, and I'm like, so like, am I in here or what's going on? Like I don't know. Like at first I didn't know what was going on. Right? I'm like, so am I really a member?
Right.
Like, am I in this shit? And like, I'm in it, so like I feel really really like honored to be in Sipset with like all them heavyweights. Like really,
Yeah.
It's
Like,
a
it's
movement.
crazy.
It's a movement.
like it's nuts. Like I said, I just feel like I just need to put out more like rap material. Like me and Socks are working on a little something on the
What
side.
would you say that you've learned like the most from a guy like Sock or Chichichi? Or Moves?
I think I hang out with Socks a bit more than I do with Tyrone.
Yeah.
Tyrone, like I listen to his music more than I hang with him.
Yeah.
So like for
Me
him,
too.
yeah, like so I learned from him like just his style. It's kind of like unorthodoxy a little bit. And like when I listen to him and like just hanging with him, like I kind of like take things from every one of the members, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like a little bit of style from here. Like it just gives me that extra push to kind of be like don't be scared to fucking rap weird or fucking don't be scared to do different shit when you're rapping too, right? So
That's the anthem of a friend of mine is keep rap weird. So
yeah. And it's just like I'm still, like I said, like I take.
Let's say Socks. Like, what do you feel you've learned from him? I feel like he's very
he's a
influential
sensei
amongst the MCs in that group.
He's a sensei. Like for me, he's my sensei, straight up. Like him and Nyx, they're my fucking senseis. Wow, straight up.
Those are good senseis.
Because Nyx, like, it started in his basement, like, and like no one will really know that unless I tell them. But
can
like,
you tell people, like, look in the camera and tell people how good a freestyler Nyx is?
Nyx is the greatest. He's the fucking greatest.
He may be the greatest freestyler ever.
He's the greatest. Like, and I think he's kind of like, people don't really know about Nyx as much as they should.
Yeah.
Because Nyx is he's the greatest. He's a god. To me, you know? Like Socks and...
You get no argument from me at all.
But like,
he's nice every time I ever heard him.
They're just my favorites, like, all day. But like, hanging with Socks and shit too, like, you just... like, he kind of... Like, once he kind of initiated me into the crew, like, he kind of, like, just got me back into rapping. Like, he got me back into, like, liking to rap and rapping differently, like, and talking about other shit and, like, not just keeping, like, the rap in one pocket, like, just kind of, like, just being more creative with, like, telling stories and shit. Because that's what I like to do now. Like, I like to tell stories and shit.
When you're writing, how does that come to you? Like how many do you get, like, lyric? Do you get the beat first? Because you're making everything, and I'm just wondering, like, as you're writing, do you start hearing a beat for that, and then you go start to make the beat? Like, take me through the process of just a song coming to be for you.
It always starts with the beatbox, because I kind of like a lot of people too don't know that I kind of like, I've been beatboxing since I was fucking 3 years old, since I can remember.
Really?
I mean, I'm not the greatest, but like I can keep a beat.
Greatest, maybe. He might be.
I'm not gonna say I'm the greatest. I know how to beatbox.
Yeah.
And so like it always starts with a beat in my head, like a drum pattern in my head.
Yeah.
Like the regular kind of, like, you know, something like that.
Like,
right?
Boots and Cats?
Like Boots and Cats, yeah. Not series shit. Fuck her. She's a little fucker.
If you just say Boots and Cats, man, it gets you there.
Boots and Cats and Boots and Cats and Boots and Cats.
Now slow that way down, though.
Boots and Cats and Boots and Cats and Boots and Cats. Boots and Cats and Boots and... So it starts off like that.
Okay.
And like once I get the drum pattern, like I just always like kind of have like a little like progression, like a melody progression in there too. Like I just add it. And then once I got that down packed, like it just however that progression, like whatever that progression sounds like, whatever notes it is, it kind of leads me into what I'm writing about. Because I always feel like when I listen to a beat, whatever the sound of the beat is, it gives me the direction of what I'm writing about, right?
Do you write when you're not listening to music, like, often? Like, do you have a stockpile of writing that either isn't for music, or, you know what I mean? Like, or do you only write music when you're listening to beats?
I don't. I get into a plateau if I always like chuck a beat on. Like if it's just on, like I can't write to it properly if it's just on. Right. So what I'll do is I'll listen to it, and then I'll just have it beatboxed in my head. I'll just shut it off, and the beatbox will be in my head. Like it will just always be in my head. So that's, I write better with everything in my head.
No, I get that.
If that kind of makes sense.
That's a nice skill to have.
Yeah.
I'm not sure not very many people have that ability to like lock it in like that.
Yeah, like it all stems from the beatbox for me. Like it's just always in my head. Like I always have the instruments that I want, especially when I'm about to produce a beat. Like I always know what instruments I want in my head rather than listening to shit first.
How many instruments can you play?
I can officially
officially
play the piano. I taught myself like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Nice.
like I'm getting pretty smooth at it. Like,
Yeah.
pretty fucking smooth, IV.
Yeah.
It's gonna help with the grown and sexy. That's
Pretty
gonna
fucking
let me
smooth.
tell you.
I already got like 4 piano songs. Like once I get this studio on the go, buddy, when I started playing the piano, the writing kind of like it kind of
Changed?
became it changed a lot. Like the songs that I've been writing on the piano, like they're more like issue-y, like stuff like issues that are going on in like the city or like abroad. Like they're kind of like they're inspired by that.
That's what I wanted to ask you was, you know, you were just telling the story of like a relationship, you know, man and woman and that. I was just going to ask you, like, what's the next thing that you're sort of thinking about telling the story of? Like, what's on your mind, like, in this next step, this next project?
The next project, it's that I do like Aquakultre.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a lot of piano stuff, like a lot of slow piano stuff. And that direction is kind of like, because like there's a lot of like racial tension and shit in the world as well as in our city right now. There's a lot of bickering going on right now about shit.
Yeah.
So like that kind of like those issues that are being like I kind of like want to take that and kind of like I don't want to take it. I took it and made music out of it. Like the tension and stuff that was coming from that and like the shit that's people are saying back and forth from each other. I just kind of took that and tried to make it into an informative song, like a melodic, informative song. And I kind of want to take, like this next project. I kind of want to make it. I want to show people that I'm aware of what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? I'm aware of that and just kind of like put it on a track and put it on a song, really.
Do you think that artists have a responsibility to be in touch like that? I mean, for me, I'm just the kind of person that like is tapped into those, like what's kind of what people are saying and stuff, and not just like maybe, I don't know, it's just something that's sort of in my life that way. But I guess if it wasn't, you know, I could see why that wouldn't be part of your art.
I feel like I can only speak for like how I feel about things,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So I feel like
No, I know. Please speak for other people
if
as much as possible.
I feel like if you have like that outlet of like your artistry and like people are listening to you, like I don't think you should distract them with bullshit. Like for instance, like all that fucking rap that's coming out and like motherfuckers are on drugs heavy right now. Them young boys that are coming up, they're on drugs heavy and they're bragging and boasting about that shit.
It's a
distraction to me. Like we know what's going on. We know what's going on in the world and what's happening with things. Like just kind of like address that. Like just talk about what's real. Like okay, if you're on them drugs and shit, like if you got a problem, yeah, okay, whatever. But I'm not about that, and I'm not gonna sit here and just distract people with. I'm not trying to distract nobody. I'm just trying to make people aware of what I know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like the artists should kind of like use that platform to kind of like put issues or things that are being talked about and things that people want to ask, or I think that should be addressed rather than, you know, that's just me, I guess.
I don't think it's just you.
No, I think a lot of people are scared to use their platform.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Especially when they get into the industry and stuff like that, where they just don't, you know what I mean? You can do so much more and then shit happens.
I think the people...
Kids dying and nobody says...
Yeah. I think people are thirsty for it. If it was legitimate, it was there. Like, you know, if celebrity did that more, if like it was more of a natural thing to see people use platform like that, and that person
Especially
was
the
like
ones that
genuine.
got
It always
money.
seems a bit. Not always. I don't know. I really look up to like a lot of what LeBron's doing. I gotta say.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he's like.
I wish I could speak on that. I don't watch basketball.
No, more about his social actions. Like just, he's very vocal about
Starting
Trump.
school in Cleveland.
Starting the school, like just
Use your money to do that shit.
Yeah, like he's actually doing that. I mean, like you could do it on a bigger scale.
More people
but-
need to do that, though.
More people need to do that
More people
shit.
that have the money.
Oh, 100%.
Like look at Akon. Akon motherfucking put power like half
100
Africa.
million lights or something.
But what's Diddy doing?
What's Diddy doing,
Running
Ivy?
around with Ciroc bottles.
Thank you.
Trying to
What's he doing?
What is Diddy doing?
What's Dre doing?
What? See, like I
We
feel
know
like
what Russell Simmons isn't doing right now.
I don't know. I feel like more artists should be on the LeBron wave
I agree.
and be on the Akon wave. Like you
Yeah.
should help out.
Mhm.
Take your money, help people out, like straight up. Like if I was making a lot of money off what I was doing, I'd be helping a lot of motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
Straight up, because that's just how I am. I've always been a give person.
Yeah. And the NFL just give up like 90-something million to social justice causes. And
Colin Kaepernick's a man.
yeah, like that's all because of him.
Yeah.
That all started because that's basically what that's for.
Yeah.
Because he stood up.
Well,
Oh.
or kneel down, as it may be.
He kneeled down.
Kneel to the throne. I don't know. I'm not really a sports guy, so
No,
Yeah,
but you
it's
must
kinda
have.
outside
I
sports.
feel that you must have heard of
yeah.
Colin Kaepernick.
I know about his movement.
Yeah.
People are selling out and shit. I don't know what's going
But
on.
that's what I
They
mean.
are
It's just
selling
like,
out.
it's not even about the sports. It's like dudes that are on that platform. Like you're so famous. You're such a celebrity. You have so much money. You can get people to donate so much money. Like, why are we not doing it for more? Like, why is everybody rapping about Molly and Perks and
Fuck
you know
that
what I mean?
shit.
Like, why is this
Sure.
happening? Like,
Yeah.
where's the help?
It
You know what I mean?
kills me.
Where's the help?
It kills me. It's a love and hate relationship because that music, I'll bump to it, but I hate it. I fucking hate it. Like it's something about them drums. You know what I mean?
Well, the music is it's made to make you
The
love
rattlesnake
it. You
music.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
They make it to make you love it. It's catchy.
It's catchy. Yeah.
It's an earworm.
Designed for you to
Yeah.
to be like sweet and sound to the ear, audible.
Speaking
You know
of
what I mean?
artists that like have been using their platform, what do you think of Joyner Lucas's most recent?
With the "I Am Not a Racist" song.
Yeah. I think it's flawed, personally.
Oh, there's all kinds of mixed reviews
And
going
that's
on
I
about
felt like
that.
I was trying to be royalty there. Flawed.
Joyner Lucas, you're the fucking man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
I just feel like there was a lot missing from
I agree.
that song.
Me too. I agree.
Like
Well,
you can't just hug it out. You can't just
No.
hug it out.
no. I think reducing like race relations to any two people is a ridiculous thing because like it doesn't even matter if two people get along. Like we're talking institutional things. Like they can be like best friends now, but it doesn't change anything.
Doesn't change this fucking thing.
Also, I don't think the white guy.
It just
I don't
makes
think
people
the white
talk
guy
about it though.
has an argument I'm gonna say at all comparatively.
No,
I just-
not even.
For me, I don't feel like there's any rage. Like that rage is phony to me. It's just racist rage. It is racist rage.
Yeah.
Not a racist.
But there is no other version of that. Like everything that guy said was like, I'm racist.
I don't know.
I just don't. I don't think the white side of that is fair. I don't think they're allowed to. They should. I don't think we have a valid reason to be upset about anything.
This is what that song is done.
Did you?
I'm glad people are talking about it though.
it
Did you
makes
see
people
my?
talk,
my
though.
do you know my son?
Oh fuck yeah! I seen his version. His version was real as shit.
I
just felt
loved
he was.
his version.
I felt like he was getting off a topic a little bit.
A little, yeah.
But he got
a
back
little-
into it.
He did get a little, but he was real.
Yeah, he was real as fuck with that.
I was sort of
shit.
like, okay, that's what I wanted. Like, or not I wanted, but who cares what I wanted?
It's not about you.
Please
Catfish.
write in if you care. But I don't know what the address is. Nobody writes. What the fuck? I want to hit you with a question from inside. We do our research on this show.
Oh, the Nardwar. Do 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 do. Nardwar. Do do. Hello, Catfish.
This is a big question for Mr. Aquakultre here. What does "I'm Paul" mean?
Socks better fuck off. Okay, I am Paul is okay. So I am Paul comes from a drawing. There was I'm in this collective with other artists
Yeah, shout out this collective for a minute. What's it called?
Vamana.
Yeah, it does good work.
Vamana.
It's
I
doing
hope
good
it
work.
does. I hope it does.
I see what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What do you do?
Me, I don't really do too much. I just, I mean, I'm just there, right? Like I'm just there. I'm just.
He's like, shit. Why'd you get into this?
He thanked you
Vamana?
first, and then said,
Why weren't you supposed? You weren't supposed to get hung up on the Vamana reference.
You know what? I don't think I do. I don't think I do as much as everybody else does.
Right.
I'm just
But
kind
anyway,
of there.
you're Paul. So
Yeah, we had like this little like artists collective like thing where everyone drew something and put it on the wall at Alter Ego. Shouts out.
shout out to Alter Egos. We got to do a live show there. That's
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
go down.
definitely
That's
do
going
that.
down.
That'd be sick.
That's going down.
Like you have like everybody like the claps of like the fucking plates and shit going in the background.
That's what I'm talking
That
about.
real cafe type feel. Dog.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
I get a smoothie. Oh, sorry.
Aquakultre smoothie.
Continue.
Yeah.
You know, a smoothie?
Yeah. We had. Yeah.
He has a smoothie.
Fuck.
That was my next question.
Okay, hold on. Let's get.
God.
I'll squeeze this through. So we did
No,
this.
no, no.
We
Don't
did this
squeeze it.
drawing thing, and it was like my first time because I was like, okay, I want to draw something too. So I drew something, and like it was just like a weird, like it was just weird, like pictures, like weird. It was just weird shit, right?
All right.
So we hung it up, and Socks comes over, and he's looking at it. He's like, "This is great." He's like, "What? Look at this one." And there was like this I am Paul. Like you can, it's definitely online somewhere. So if you can, blam, you can bring that up. But it's like this.
Good cut.
It was this character. Like it had like 3 ears, and like it was purple. Had a long Squidward looking nose, and it just said "I'm Paul" under it. So Socks seen that, he was like, "Cause what is this?" But he looked at me and was like, "It makes sense because
You're Paul.
you're just a mysterious motherfucker." So it makes sense, right? So then from there, Socks kind of like slept on it for like a week and kind of like we're actually gonna make this happen. We're gonna create a comic book on this shit.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna create that shit. Ghetto Socks and Julie are gonna be behind it pretty much. I'm just gonna be there being like, yeah, that's cool. I'm just gonna be the one reading it, really. So we're coming up with an I Am Paul series. So look out for that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful. Let's check our research again. We paid a lot.
No, I want to know about the shake.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you want okay? The
Well,
I'll check
milkshake
the
IV.
research. I'll check the research.
IV.
Okay, tell me
Okay.
about the shake, man.
So, the owner of Alter Egos, Michelle
Michelle,
Strum,
yeah.
yeah, she was like,
Shout
okay,
out.
we wanna start doing smoothies. I'm like, man, fucking smoothies would be great, right? So I said I'm gonna help out with this campaign. So what I did was, I can't remember the company that we got it. Generic Buttons, I think. Generic Button. I think.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Israel. He
Oh,
owns
yeah,
this.
Reed.
Yeah, he owns this one. It's like a generic button company. So I made. Julia and I made actually. I can't just say me because she did all the artwork for it. We made these buttons. We made 100 buttons, and we put them in the cafe and we sold them for $3. All the money that was made from those buttons, we put it towards the smoothie maker,
Nice.
the blender. We got a nice blender. So through that work, they named a smoothie after me, Aquakultre
Nice.
smoothie. Yeah,
So what's in it?
Yeah.
we got blueberries,
All right.
we got strawberries, pineapple juice, some strawberry. I think it's actually plain yogurt, whatever yogurt they use. It's yogurt. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's a win right there.
Always good.
That's a great smoothie.
My son loves it.
Sounds great, man.
That's a great smoothie.
We should really whip one up right now. Oh, that'd be great.
I should have brought you guys a couple. Snoop.
Oh, we'll be down.
I'll go.
We'll be over.
We'll be down.
And since I got I actually also got like best artist of Halifax this year.
Yeah, you did.
I got
Shout out
gold
to
for
that.
That
that.
guy's really good at interviewing himself. really good at this.
I got gold for that shit, and then I kind of was
How
like,
does that
whatever.
feel? How's that feel?
It was really like whatever. I really didn't care about it, honestly. I didn't at any point. Mainly because when I went there, I was like, bro, I don't know anybody here. Like, I don't know anybody here. This feels fucked up shit.
It must feel like a good sign that.
It's a good party though.
It was a great party.
But
Fuck
it must
yeah.
also be a
Them
good.
drinks, them cocktails, boy. God damn. Whoever was fucking mixing them bad boys.
Boyle was doing those.
Oh, shit.
Shouts out, the motherfucker can make a nice green cocktail. That shit was
Yeah.
tight. It was like cucumber shit.
But it must be good that in a room where people, like you said, don't know anybody, you're still winning like best of. You know what I mean?
It was
like,
people's choice too. So the people kind of like
That's
the
good.
city voted
That's
that.
right.
Shouts out to the city. Thank you so much. But it was kind of like
Weird.
it's like for me because like I said, I don't really like the oh my god like whatever. Like I don't like that thing of
Celebrity.
yeah, I don't like that shit. I hate
You
the
don't like the
celebrity.
fame.
I don't like it. Like if it
You
ever
just
came
want
down to it,
smoothies named after you.
I just want to chill out, man.
That's what he says now, but pretty soon it's gonna be like streets. He's gonna start a petition like take down Cornwallis, put up Aquakultre.
Aquaculture Street.
Aquaculture.
I'm trying to get ice cream
statue.
out there too. I'm trying to get Dee Dee's to hook up ice cream.
What flavor?
Blueberry chocolate all day, cuz.
That's a really good.
So
flavor.
blueberry is the ongoing theme.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta stay blue
Oh, yeah,
or
well.
purple, whatever you want to do, right?
Okay.
But yeah, so I just don't like the fame with it. So I don't like when I got it. It was like a lot of like people coming up to me and it's like, oh, congratulations. I'm like, thanks, thank you for, voting.
Yeah.
But like it's just like the constant like always having to, just do that loop.
Yeah.
It was kind of like getting like, yeah.
So you don't
thanks.
like the fame and
No.
you don't like the stage that much.
No.
So is this gonna be like?
I'm
Is this,
trying.
is this
Ivy's
gonna
onto something.
like push you more towards a producer role in your?
It's just gonna push me towards
Career?
more underground role. Like I'm trying to stay completely under the radar from everything.
So you're gonna try and help other artists? Like, are you gonna try to develop your own artists?
Like label wise shit, label
Well,
shit.
I just mean like like a lot of being an artist is performing.
Yeah,
A lot of it is dealing with the public. You know what I mean? You got to do the interviews and stuff. So
only catfish interviews.
I'm just exclusives.
only exclusive.
No problem. That's works
So
for
I'm
me.
just wondering
Works
if
for
that's
me.
just gonna push you like going forward in your career to like want to be more in the studio where you say you're comfortable, you want to go under the radar, where you can play that kind of safe role
Yeah,
in the studio. So I was just curious myself because
yeah. I just want to stay. I want to stay.
Like,
I'm definitely gonna do shows.
Mhm.
Like I'm definitely gonna make shows happen. It's just like it's something that I need to work on. I need to work on my PR. That's it. I just need to work on dealing with the
yeah, you'll
public.
get it, man. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're a year in.
Yeah.
That's stuff that we didn't
And
learn
you're
until
killing
like 10 years, 12, 13 years in. Like we're still having trouble dealing with that. So you'll definitely learn to deal with it a lot better
Yeah.
as time goes by.
Once I start getting comfortable with that, that's gonna come.
Who's your favorite, like, who's MCs or singers that you like looked up to?
Growing up,
Yeah, or influences that you feel from early on.
D Block all day,
D Block.
D-Block.
Back to D Block all day.
all day, cause D Block.
Okay.
But okay, so I was listening to a lot of D Block. I was listening to a lot of New York shit, a lot of Brooklyn shit.
Okay.
Like Fab all day.
Okay.
Like I was listening to a lot of Uncle Murda and shit. Like
Oh,
I was
yeah,
on that hard gangster rap shit
Yeah.
for a long time. Like Arab, I was on Arab's dick for a long time. I still am on Arab. No one can tell me nothing about him. He's the hardest MC. Oat. Straight up. I will vote for that shit. Can't no one fuck with AR like that. But yeah, Arab, I was on his dick for a long time. But then like I switched. Like there was a show that came on Family Channel. It was called Radio Free Roscoe. Does anybody know about this show?
I know that name. I don't think I ever saw that show. Radio Free Ross.
Okay, Radio Free Roscoe was pretty much a radio show. It was a high school radio show. There was 4 MCs. They had 3 dudes. Question mark Pronto Smug. There was a girl there. Her name was Shady Lane. They pretty much
good
ran
name.
the high school's radio. Like there was a high school radio station that was there. It was called Cougar Radio, but they were like the underground shit where everybody listened to them.
Yeah.
and like they just talked about like everyday struggles of high school, like what was going on in high school. But their soundtrack kind of like brought me onto indie rock and shit. So I started listening to like Coldplay, Blink-182, like all that shit. Like I started listening to that, and like it just went to me really starting to like the guitar, like the sound of guitar.
Right.
So I started playing, dibbling, dabbling it, and like a lot of my influence for that side of things, like Aquakultre stuff, which is all indie rock, like Block Party and shit was my shit. Like I love Block Party, like all that stuff, and like the rap style, like kind of like as I listen to a lot of local shit, like a lot of the stuff I listen to, like I don't really listen to outside stuff. It's just all local shit. So whoever I'm around, it's like Socks, King Woos, Tyrone. That's all I listen to is them guys.
Yeah.
All I listen to. Like all Sipset is all I listen to. So I get my influence from them right now. And like I listen to a lot of local bands and shit, right? So everything I listen to is local. Straight up.
Support local.
Straight up. I'm an avid supporter of local music.
I have
Great way to be.
I have another question for you, and I think this one's really hard hitting.
All right.
How often do you strike a pose?
How often do I strike a pose?
Yeah.
This is definitely come from the crew.
How often do you strike a pose?
Apparently, I strike a pose like all the time, and people just catch it, and they're just like,
What does that mean? Like strike a pose, like mug for an invisible camera type thing?
Well, I do think a lot, so like my
I do that. Oh,
my face is always in mean mug mode because I'm always thinking, you know, I'm just always. But
that's why I grew a beard. Actually, it was just like because it's weird to do it if there's nothing there.
So also I have a bad leg, so I'm always propping my leg up on shit.
You have a bad leg.
Yeah.
Have you always had a bad leg?
I've had a bad leg since I was like 13.
What happened?
I have a weird case of cerebral palsy.
Oh no.
Yeah, I have 10% of it, not the whole shit. So it affects my left side of my body.
Right.
So my left leg is like a twig compared to my other one.
Really?
Yeah. So like I always prop that up, and it always looks like I'm striking poses because I always got that up, and I always got a cigarette in my hand. I'm always looking up and shit. So I strike a pose quite a bit.
All right. That's valid. I think people should strike poses more often.
Gotta make that a thing, 2018, man.
What about you? You strike poses all the time, Ivy. I see it.
I pose a little.
I see it.
I've been known to pose.
I got another important question for you.
What's up?
You know how water works.
Yes.
How does one make ice?
How does one make ice?
Yeah.
You put it in the freezer until it hits -1.
That's one of your weird friends, man. I don't know anything about that.
You just put it in the freezer. Once it hits 0, then it starts freezing.
That's one of your weird friends. I don't know.
Oh, God.
I got a good water thing for you.
Hit me.
What's up?
Hit him.
You remember all those?
Should we throw it?
Remember all those Chuck Norris things that was going around a while ago?
Yeah.
They say the legend has it, Chuck Norris doesn't get wet. Water gets Chuck Norris.
Oh. Water gets Chuck Norris. Well, Chuck Norris better fucking.
Chuck Norris, baby.
Chuck Norris better check fucking. What's his name? Bruce Lee out before he starts talking all that foolishness.
If you had to give advice to people that are watching the show, about like, what's a mantra or something that you live by? Is there anything that you like think about on a daily basis that kind of motivates you, or like a little slogan or a thought that you would like leave people with, where you'd be like, it's my word to the people?
Yeah. Okay. So what kind of gets me, kind of always keeps me in my path of righteousness, I'm going to call it.
Nice. I think that's a Chuck Norris kind of reference. Something Chuck Norris would say.
I just always keep my family in the back of my mind. And like I always go to kind of like my darkest place. Like back when I was younger, like between the ages like 15 and 20. I always go to them parts of my life because it's like it's back when I was in and out of prison a lot.
Yeah.
And I just always look at that and kind of like, well, I know my mind state what my mind state was at that age and like where I was, and I don't want to get back to there. I don't want to stray to that like area of like that mind frame anymore. So I just kind of always keep that in the back of my mind that don't go there. Like don't get to that point. Just always keep my family in the back of my mind, like my niece and nephew, and like the relationship right now, like my girlfriend.
No, it's good. We just gotta wrap it up. That camera's running out.
Camera's running out.
Space. We got a little bit left, but
All right.
What is it? It got like 5%.
yeah, there's like just a little bit of space on it.
Oh fuck no.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a couple quick ones and then we'll wrap it up.
All right, splash it.
And thank you very much for like all this. But one trend in hip hop that you would like kill right now if you could.
Trend in hip hop.
Yeah, like something in hip hop that you are like, nah, I would turn the hip hop train away from that.
Just like the fucking, like I was talking about before, like the distractions and shit. Like,
Yeah.
like get all that glamour shit out of there. Start talking about some real shit.
Yeah. And what's the number one thing that you would want people to pay more attention to in society in general that they're not?
What's going on in this world today? All kinds of fucking foolishness. Trump's being a weirdo.
True.
Kim Jong-un's trying to bomb people.
True.
You know what I mean?
Man speaks the truth.
He's trying to bomb people. There's fucking slaves being fucking sold out in fucking...
Fuck.
You
Pray
know what
for
I mean?
Libya.
Like, start having more conversation about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, artists start talking about that shit more. Start putting that on your platforms more and just keep people aware of that.
I think we're at that moment where I remember growing up, I used to think like what it would be like to be in the 60s or something, or 70s, like with these sort of hallowed times of like civil rights movements and people like making these anthem songs that like people, you know, were singing at the barricades kind of thing. And I think we're right in a time like that where it's the same kind of time. We need those songs.
I'm trying to make those.
Thank you.
Watch out.
Thank you for coming in, Aquakultre.
Thanks for having me.
And I can't wait to see the next project. And promise me you'll come back here and talk to us when you do.
I'll let you know what's popping. I just need to get a mic. You guys got any extra mics in here you guys want to give away? Or?
I wish we had a couple.
As soon as we have them, we'll put you out on Cut Records.
Straight up.
But we'll let you listen to the product before we put it out.
Please.
Let's go out on take a look at a track don't like to call. It's called Uniform Fit. Just before we go there, I mean, do we have a second to tell me a little bit about what Uniform Fit means, and should people like embrace that in their life?
Uniform Fit is a song, like it was a 2-song thing where like there's this other song that's called Solar. It's about it's pretty much about a gun, pretty much.
Yeah.
And like that song transitions into Uniform Fit, and Uniform Fit is pretty much about the transition from the street life to like a
civilian role.
A civilian role, yeah. And like just being happy as to like where you're at now, shit like that. It was actually inspired by a Weirdo Click. Shouts out to them motherfuckers. Love you guys.
Thank you very much. Aquakultre on the cut. DJ IV.
We out.
We'll see you next week.
All a nigga knew was the goon life. All black jogging suit with the blue Nikes. OG told me never wear too tight. Lord knows I want a uniform fit. Never had a lot, had to sell a lot. Had to get my gear from a selling shop. They knew that I was grinding for something I paid next to nothing for. Had to wear my clothes 3 days. Never wanna see kids struggling these days. Rob a nigga blind with the money, taking the little kids shopping for uniform fit. Dressed down, pressed down. When I'm at the mall, I can invest now. Every New Year's, my niggas dressed to impress with that. I know it look baggy, but this gun on my hip make it a uniform fit. I wanna look classy, hit a winners just so I can get a uniform fit. The hood rats like it baggy. They don't wanna see you in a uniform fit. But if your girlfriend's classy, they only wanna see you in a uniform fit. I know it look baggy, but this gun on my hip make it a uniform fit. I wanna look classy, Hit a winner just so I can get a uniform. The hood rats like it baggy. They don't wanna see you in a uniform. But if your girlfriend's classy, they only wanna see you in a uniform. Why the clothes that I wear have to define me? All gray jogging suit with the side crease. I thought all I needed was ID. No one else told me I need a uniform. I grew up thinking I had to wear too loose, judging me cause I wanna wear a nice fit. Levi jeans, tight tee, and a pair of fresh white kicks make it a uniform fit. Too much pressure to look right. Spend $500 just to look nice. And if the shoe don't fit, yeah, take it to the tailor, get a uniform fit. I was sick of feeling stressed out. Everything on me is blessed now. A certain style is the code to success. I'm about ready to dress in that uniform. I know it look baggy, but this gun on my hip make it a uniform fit. I wanna look classy, hit a winner just so I can get a uniform fit. The hood rats like it baggy. They don't wanna see you in a uniform fit. And if your girlfriend's classy, they only wanna see you in a uniform fit. I know it look baggy, but this gun on my hip make it a uniform fit. I wanna look classy, hit a winner just so I can get a uniform fit. The hood rats like it baggy. They don't wanna see you in a uniform fit. And if your girlfriend's classy, they only wanna see you in a uniform fit. Born ready, unicorn shit. Uniform fit, born ready. Unicorn shit. Uniform fit, born ready. Unicorn shit. Uniform fit, born ready. Unicorn shit. Uniform fit, born ready, unicorn shit. Uniform fit, born ready, unicorn shit. Uniform fit, born ready, unicorn shit. Uniform fit, born ready. I know it look baggy, but this gun on my hip make it a uniform fit. I wanna look classy, hit a winner just so I can get a uniform. The hood rats like it baggy. They don't wanna see you in a uniform. But if your girlfriend's classy,